Yesterday we were talking about the commandments of Allah in Quran, but these are the commandments Allah was mentioning about the Torah. When Allah said that, وَإِذْ مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ. And when we take the covenant with Bani Israel, that they will not worship any God beside Allah. Yet they worship the cow. Today also those who are following the Old Testament, the New Testament, they're also worshipping the idols, which is the greatest sin. And it is making themselves too low that they are considering the things which is made by themselves and they're worshipping those objects. And Allah is very angry for this. It was mentioned about it, to bringing out from the people from their homes, from their cities, and then bloodshedding. And then next Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that there are those who are purchasing the life of this world in exchange with the hereafter. For them will not be lightened the azab, the punishment, the parosa, and they will not be helped. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ وَقَفَّيْنَا مِنْ بَعْدِ الرُّسُلِ. And then surely we've given to Musa the kitab, the book. And then Allah mentioned, وَآتَيْنَا عِيسَى ابْنَ الْمَرْيَمَ الْبَيِّنَاتِ وَآتَيْنَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ الْبَيِّنَاتِ. And we were given to Isa, son of Mary, the evidences, وَأَيَّدْنَاهُ بِرُوحِ الْقُدُسِ. And then we helped him with Ruh al-Qudus. So who is the Ruh al-Qudus? What name is the Ruh al-Qudus? The Ruh al-Qudus is the name of the angel Gabriel. Angel Gabriel, or we call Jibrail. His name is also mentioned in the Quran, Ruhul Amin. And his name is also mentioned in Quran as the Ruh. Ruh means is soul, or Kalua in Tagalog. So these are how the Christians were misguided. They thought that the Ruhul Qudus it's God Himself. And they thought that God came to Mary, and then the God came in human form to Mary, which is wrong idea, which is wrong belief. The one who came to Mary was Ruhul Qudus, angel Gabriel. He came in a human form. Why? So he can keep the command of God to the womb of Mary to get her pregnant without being any husband or without being any legal relation. There's a when the angel came in a human form and he said to the Mary that you are going to have a son, a holy son. And then she said, how could she have a son when as no man has touched her, means she have no husband. And she said that she is not a bad woman to get pregnant without having a husband. And the angel said to her that it is easy for your God, for Allah, when He intends to do something, He just said to it be, and it is, and it's happened. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ كِتَابٌ مِّنْ اللَّهِ مُصَدِّقٌ لِمَا مَعَهُمْ وَكَانُوا مِنْ قَبْلُ يَسْتَفْتِحُونَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ مَا عَرَفُوا كَفَرُوا بِهِ فَلَعْنَةُ اللَّهِ عَلَى الْكَافِرِينَ. And then He's mentioning about these prophets, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the verse number 92, وَلَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ مُوسَى بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ ثُمَّ اتَّخَذْتُمُ الْعِجْلَ مِنْ بَعْدِ وَأَنْتُمْ ظَالِمُونَ. And surely came to you the Musa with the clear evidences, like he has a miracle, he throws the stick, it becomes a snake, and he was able to pass them through the Red Sea. When Allah parted the Red Sea, and the Bani Israel, they passed through it, and then the Pharaoh, and his people, his army were drowned. So even though they saw those miracles, yet when Musa alayhi salam went to the mountain to worship Allah for 40 nights, they started to worship the cow made of gold. So Allah said, ثُمَّ تَقَصُمُ الْعِجْلَ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ وَأَنْتُمْ ظَالِمُونَ. Then you take the cow, a male cow, to be worshipped, and you were wrongdoers. وَإِذَا أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ وَرَفَعْنَا فَوْقَكُمُ الطُّورَ. And when we take the covenant with you and raise you above you, the mountain, hold my signs, my verses with might, and listen to it. And then what they say to Bani Israel, قَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَعَصَيْنَا وَأُشْرِبُوا فِي قُلُوبِهِمُ الْعِجْلَ بِكُفْرِهِمْ. Then they started to make mockery because of their idol worship attitude. And they were used to claim, well, that they will be going in hellfire. They are the chosen one. They will not go to They will not go to hellfire for prolonged. They will just go for a while and they will still go to paradise. So they have a prejudgment for themselves that even whatever do ugly in their life, they are not going to charge with any punishment and they will still going in hell in paradise after some time. So Allah challenged them in the Quran, قُلْ إِنْ كَانَتْ لَكُمُ الدَّارُ الْآخِرَةِ إِنَّ اللَّهِ خَالِصَةً مِنْ دُونِ النَّاسِ فَتَمَنَّوُا الْمَوْتَ إِنْ كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Allah said, if the house of the Akhirah, it is for you speech with Allah, it is purely for you, other than the people, then will wish for death. Wish for death. In kuntum sadiqin, if you are truthful. And they will never wish for death, and they know what they are sending ahead for them, the amal, the bad deeds. Wallahu aliyu zalimin. And they will, and Allah knows the wrongdoers. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَتَجِدَنَّهُمْ أَحْرَسَ النَّاسِ عَلَىٰ حَيَاتِهِمْ وَمِنَ الَّذِينَ أَشْرَكُوا. And you will find the most hatred. And you will find the most loving to their life are those who are idol worshippers. A believer doesn't love, but the idol worshipper they love to the life. And then the Jews, the Bani Israel. يَوَدُّ أَحَدُهُمْ لَوْ يُعَمَّرَ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ وَمَا هُوَ بِمُزَحْزِحِهِ مِنَ الْعَذَابِ. And each of them, the one will live for 1,000 years. And even if they were given this kind of age, they will not be away from the punishment of Allah. Wallahu basiru ma ya'malun. Allah is watching what they are doing. قُلْ مَنْ كَانَ عَدُوًّا لِجِبْرِيلَ فَإِنَّهُ نَزَّلَ عَلَى قَلْبِكَ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ وَهُدًى وَبُشْرًا لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Say, whoever is enemy to Jibril, then surely he sent down upon your qalb with the permission of Allah, which is testifying ahead of it. The all other books, the Quran is testifying. وَهُدًى وَبُشْرًا لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And the guidance and good news for the believers. من كان عدوا لله وملائكته ورسله وجبريل وميكال فإن الله عدو للكافرين. And Allah said, whoever is enemy to Allah, and enemy to the angels, and enemy to the messengers, his messengers, and enemy to Jibreel and Mikael, then surely Allah is the enemy to the disbelievers. So if anyone is enemy to the prophets of Allah, angels of Allah, to Jibreel and Mikael, then Allah is their enemy. And I was explaining about these two great angels, the Jibreel and Mikael. The Jibreel, they bring the revelation, the food for our body, our soul. The Jibreel, the angel, is the greatest and the mightiest angel. He brought the food for our soul. Dala siya na yung Jibreel na yung kapagkain ng kaluluwa. Mikael, he brought the food for the body. Dala siya na yung si Mikael, dala siya na pagkain ng katawan. What is more important to feed? The more important to feed your soul. Because if your soul is dead, then your body is useless. Body is not alive. The soul is giving the life. So you are keep on feeding the body, whatever the body likes, the pleasures, the taste, the appetizers, and you forget to fulfill the thirst and hunger of your soul. That's why there are millions of people, they are making suicide in the world because they always focus on how to take care of their body and they don't take care about their soul. What is more important is to take care about the soul. How you can nourish your soul, how you can give the good health to your soul, how you can entertain your soul. Because soul is the one who will coming back to us on the day of judgment in our body, and then you can go to hellfire or you can go to paradise. What is the food for the soul? To worship God, the Creator. Remember God, read the Quran, and do all the good things to please Allah. These are the foods for the soul. But if you are choose to worship the idols, samba sa mga rebulto, you are giving the poisonous food to your soul. Yung pagkain na bibigay na yung kaluluwa na kung samba sa mga rebulto, para ka nang bibigay na pagkain ng lason. So, hindi tama yung na bibigay ng yung kaluluwa yung pagkain ng lason dahil yung samba sa rebulto, yan ang parang pagkain ng kaluluwa na may lason. Dapat samba sa yung tagapaglikha. Yan na pagkain ng kaluluwa na para may buhay yung kaluluwa. So always remember that we need to make our soul happy, to fulfill our soul, the needs of the soul, and not to just focus about our body. Even in the terms of the life of this world, dunya, and akhirah, the hereafter, kabilang buhay. Allah always said in the Quran, وَلَلْ آخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى. You huli, mas mabuti sa una. Ula means first, akhirah means holy. So we always focus about our next life and not this life. وَلَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ آيَاتٍ بَيِّنَاتٍ وَمَا يَكْفُرُ بِهَا إِلَّا الْفَاسِقُونَ. And we send down the verses, the very clear verses, and no one is believing them except those who are disobedient to Allah. أَوَكُلَّمَا أَدْوَعَدًا نَبَدَهُ فَرِيقٌ مِّنْهُمْ بَلْ أَكْثَرُهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Most of them are not believing. وَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ رَسُولٌ مِّنْ عِندِ اللَّهِ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا مَعَهُمْ نَبَذَ فَرِيقٌ مِّنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ كِتَابَ اللَّهِ وَرَاءَ ظُهُورِهِمْ كَأَنَّهُمْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. So it's again about the rejection of the Prophet. So inshallah, it's about to have 9 o'clock. If there is any question, can post here on the Facebook page and I can read and I can answer. Anyone want to question? It's usually Saturday night we have a lecture with question answers, but now very little time left. It's almost 10 o'clock. So if anybody has a question, I can answer. And for now, I am done with a short explanation of the Quran. Which is very important for us, not just to make Tarawih, but to understand the Quran. Okay. The Mama Nisa Santos Ruquero, Assalamu alaikum Sheikh. What is the difference between the 40 days Lent and Ramadan? So 40 days I Lent, I don't understand. Maybe you are referring to the 40 days of fasting of Prophet Jesus. Allah knows best. Allah said in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyamu kama kutiba alal ladina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Oh, you believe fasting is obligatory upon you as it was obligatory the people before you. So kahit dati na may ibang panahon, fasting obligatory pa rin. But hindi natin alam na kung ilang fasting dati, 40 or 30, Allah knows best. Kung dati yung may 40, Allahu alam. But meron na isang restriction ng fasting ng panahon na yon na hindi ka pwede kain, hindi ka pwede inom, at hindi ka pwede na salita. Tayo pwede salita, hindi masamang salita. Magandang salita lang.